Michael Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Black Death by Average Joe's Cornhole. Let's go and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It's the same hybrid materials you find on the slow side of the Brotherhood Guardian, Titan Dark, Swag Bags, Lunatic, True Cornhole Trimmer, Southwest LTD. It's a very popular material. It's one of the more popular hybrid materials out there, and for good reason. It's a wonderful material. I call it a 5-speed. Brand new, it's a 5.5, 6-speed, but as you break it in, it softens up. I think it's about that 5-speed and settles there. It has a ton of control to it, so if you like to throw blockers, play more of a dirty style game, you can do that. But it's also very hole-friendly for being a 5-speed and having that control, which means you can get up there and run bags as well. So this material gives this bag a lot of versatility to it. 5-speed on the slow side. Fast side. This is the same fast side you find on the True Cornhole Trimmer XD, the Big Night Bikes, whatever, the Brotherhood Guardian X. It's a 9-speed, very similar to that Pro Sniper Viper fast side, but just a touch different. I'd like this variation a little bit better. Again, it's 9-speed, it's fast, it's great for pushing those blockers up. So you have a level 2, level 3 blocker, enough speed here to ride that bag all the way up into the hole. It's great if you have a lot of congestion or a lot of bags around the hole. You can get up there, kind of bully bags out of the way, or bar of soap bags, or blow up piles and put your bag in. So wonderful fast side material here. 5-9 speed on these Black Death bags. Template wise, medium template bag, it's a medium amount of fill, so the bag has kind of that just right amount of flop to it. It's got flop, but it's not overly floppy. It's also not overly full. It's kind of in that sweet spot that most players are going to like, most players are going to pick up and be able to throw with no problem whatsoever. The fill in here, it's 100% flat fill. There may be a mixture of some different flat fills in here, but it's 100% flat. I don't feel any round beads at all, which gives the bag a ton of forgiveness. It also gives the bag a wonderful hand feel. These two materials, when this bag breaks in, they soften up really nicely, and you get that flat fill, gives a nice fluid feel. So if hand feel is important to you, I think you're going to love the way these Black Deaths feel to you. It's enough fill in here that when I grip the bag in my butterfly grip, I have complete control. I lock the bag down, which means I can manipulate the bag, which makes it easier for the shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops. You got the ability to really kind of get that bag to pop out like you want to. Back to the forgiveness, as I mentioned, that flat fill gives this bag a ton of forgiveness. And the flop, you add the flop in with the fill, you get forgiveness. So it's a bag that doesn't have a lot of kick to it, almost no kick whatsoever. So if you don't throw flat, but you've been looking for a bag that gives you a little more control, you may want to throw these. You've been looking to try to throw some of these hybrid materials, but you're having a hard time dealing with the bag kicking on you. These Black Deaths are very forgiving. They're also forgiving around the hole. You've got enough flop here. And I talk about all the time, right? Those floppier bags tend to do a great job of grabbing the side of the hole. So if you're missing your mark left or right, that rectangular box, I call it the landing zone, where your bag needs to land in, where it still can catch the hole and go in. The more flop you add in the bag, the bigger that landing zone has. This bag has a larger than, I'd say, normal landing zone because it has enough flop there. It's very forgiving. When you're missing left or right, just grab that corner, dips in, or grab that lip of that hole, spin the bag, and drip the bag right back in for you. So forgiveness around the hole, forgiveness landing. It's a super forgiving bag. It's got a wonderful hand feel to it. 5-9 speeds. These bags are also ACO stamps, but in the ACO, you can throw these Black Deaths. Let's go ahead and jump in. Talk more about playability on this. And as I mentioned, there's versatility in this bag. With the control you have on the slow side, you can get up there and you can throw blockers. You can play a dirty style game. The bag makes a good blocker. There's enough stick here, enough bite here that if you get an opponent who's not good at pushing through blockers, it can cause their bags to hit and kick off, bounce off. There's enough fullness here that the bags don't accordion up. So I talk all the time about the collectability of bags. You come down, you clip a corner. Floppier bags, they want to smash up. They kind of accordion up, they spin around. This bag has that sweet spot, just enough fill that it'll grab it and catch that corner, hook the corner, and pull that bag in with it for you. So it does a great job of collecting bags without having to be super aggressive. It means you can get more aggressive putting that blocker more across that center line into your opponent's lane, knowing you can come down, slick size your last bag you want to, just clip that corner and bring that bag in for you. You also have the ability for shot shape I talked about. Now, the bag is forgiving. So I need to step back. The bag's just forgiving, which means shot shaping is not the easiest. So if you're beginning to learn, you typically it's easier for beginners to throw a bouncier, more active, more aggressive style bag when trying to learn for cuts, rolls, flops. This bag has that forgiveness. It lands softer, which means not the best for that. But if you're average to advanced or elite in the shot shape skills, you can definitely. I was able to throw cuts, but this material does a great job of kind of gripping that board. So you can make those cuts, rolling, flopping, no problem whatsoever. For most players, you'll have success with that. So it gives you the ability to either play that dirty style game of putting your blocker up there and then you're cutting around or rolling over it and then last bag coming down collecting it. Or if you're playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game, they're throwing blockers in your way, it gives you options to get around their bag with the cuts, the rolls, the flops, or even the fast side to flip over if you want to and just push through. So it gives you a lot of options for dealing with the dirty style board play or dealing with bags on the board. Fast enough on the fast side that if there are multiple bags, you can push through and take them in. So it has enough speed there to collect those bags. There's enough flop that when I was trying to collect multiple bags, I didn't have any problem with the bags kind of bunching or clogging up the hole. They did a really good job of folding up and melting in. So if you've got 2 bags up there, you need to collect them, you can push through and all 3 bags will fall in no problem whatsoever. As I talked about the versatility, you also have the ability to just run bags. This bag, it's hole friendly enough on the slow side that you can get up there and just start running bags, putting your 4 bags in, get 12 points, outlast your opponent. These Black Deaths do a wonderful job of that. So if that's your style of play, it's just running bags, you can do that, which makes it great for blind draws, switches, anywhere where you're getting random partners and you might play different play styles. So a bag like this has the versatility that both players can kind of play their style. Both players, there's nothing about this bag that I think someone's going to pick up to absolutely hate, right? It's kind of that really right down the middle style bag that most players can pick up and go, you know what, I can throw that. I like the way it feels, I like the way it plays, the speed's right down the middle, I can throw that, I can have success with it. So great for those blind draws, great for switches, great for whenever you're going to events that you don't know who your partner's going to be or you don't know what style they're going to play. Also makes it great for players who are starting out, right? If you're a beginner and you're tuned into this channel, welcome. Maybe I should have said that earlier, but if you're tuned in and you don't know where to start, like it's just the bag world, the cornhole bag world is overwhelming for new players. I get that. I hear that a lot. These Black Deaths, a perfect bag. If you don't know where to start, it's a great neutral bag to pick up and start from, and then you can go from there. If you want a bag that's slower, you want a bag that's fast, you want a bag that's bouncy, whatever you want, you know where to go. But it's a wonderful bag for just starting out, and it's a bag that even as you get better, like elite level players can have a lot of success with this bag. So it's a bag that you can pick up starting out, and as your game gets better, the bag can move along with you, and you can still continue to throw it. Had a lot of fun with this bag. It's really a wonderful bag. It's a super versatile bag. I talk about all the time. I love versatility in bags. I love bags that gives me options because, as I mentioned, I like to play that versatile style game where I'm mixing my play style up. Right, I'm throwing bags in the hole for 2 or 3 rounds. Next, I'm throwing a blocker up there. I'm trying to keep my opponent guessing. I don't want, if I can keep my opponent, if I keep my opponent from knowing what I'm doing, I feel like it gives me that advantage. And a bag like this where it has the versatility where I can mix and match from round to round or even game to game, right? If I get up there and I get an opponent who struggles with blockers, I'm throwing blockers. I'm putting a blocker every time I can and making them deal with it. If I get up there and get an opponent I know who maybe isn't the best at running backs, maybe they're just not that consistent, I'm running backs and I'm gonna make them try to keep up with me. So a bag like this gives you the ability to adapt to different play styles without having to change bags or having to change your throw. The other thing that I didn't mention, I've mentioned before, these hybrid materials are wonderful for different board conditions and different weather conditions. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue or you play in those tournaments where board conditions change throughout the day, it stays fairly consistent. So you get that kind of consistent 5-speed playability across it throughout all those different board conditions, different weather conditions. That leads me into availability. Average Joe's has a website, averagejoescornhole.com. As always, I'll put a link in the description for you guys. These bags were $75 for a set. Shipping varied a little bit depending on where you lived across the country, but it was around $7 to $10 or so shipping. So $85 for a set shipped to you. Phenomenal price, kind of that mid to lower price point for ACO stamp bags. High quality, definitely well worth it. Recommend you checking these Black Death bags out. If you haven't checked out Average Joe's, I highly recommend checking them out as well. It's like a set of bags I've thrown from them. Big fan of the company, big fan of what they're doing out there. So check them out, averagejoescornhole.com. As always, if you've thrown the Black Death, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. Thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.